All right. So, something that I might have brought up at one point, wasn't really sure how it'd pan out. And it was just one of those things where it's just like, I got a feeling about these people that I know so well because, well, kind of one of them, for so long, not really liking math. So, when you look up or where Oregon's numbers are on the unvaccinated and vaccinated, when you actually try to get commentary about the numbers, turns out they don't have a consistent set of numbers for Oregon. Oregon does not have an actual registry of who's gotten all of their shots. Not really. They have a very loose registry of this. So, this was something that I just started extrapolating on, because key to this was the fact that testing for COVID is a bullshit test. The test is not the correct test for COVID. You're not being tested for viral infection. You're being tested to see if somebody could pick up a trace amount of genetic information off of whatever surface they got it from on your body or in your body. So it's not an accurate measure of whether you've actually gotten COVID or not. Now, if it's an antibody test, that's a different thing. But then it means you have already been infected and have antibodies. So now you have natural immunity. You're making antibodies for it, which would mean that you don't need a vaccine because you're already making antibodies for it. So now it turns out Oregon's not the only blue enclave with this problem. Other blue shitholes have this problem because blue shitholes violate a fundamental rule that I like how, what's his face? Coffee with Scott Adams. Scott Adams put it. He's like, being an engineer, if there is a problem in engineering, you have to have measurements. You have to be given the correct information and the correct measurements on what your problem is, or you cannot fix it. Now, this is one of the key things that everybody on the right has found out, that accuracy is the bailiwick of the right. The left is always inaccurate. It can never be accurate. They fundamentally cannot talk about the social problems that they are so concerned about and be accurate. Because otherwise, they would actually then have to take on what are people doing that are exacerbating this social problem, because really it's about individuals usually failing to be good people and have discipline and accept the harshness of life. Usually has to do with whiners, who make bad choices and have poor impulse control, and that the left always wants to excuse this because they're those kind of people. So that they're duplicitous people who are kind of lazy and don't have control of their impulses. So now we're finding out Philadelphia. Philly does not use the CDC's numbers. Philly says the CDC's numbers are crap. So there was an article in Zero Hedge that was talking about this, that Philadelphia's health department will now no longer cite the CDC because the CDC's numbers are consistently so inconsistent that Philadelphia is like, this is worse than not having data at all. So now we have no clue who has what. Turns out we don't know shit. The CDC is making numbers up, and this has not only been known about in Oregon, exposed by the Willamette Weekly, but now we're finding out in almost every place in the country we have no data on this. That's where that's at, folks.